The duties of an administrator never end. Exemplary. Our scienticians reported they were most impressed with the thoroughness of your inquiry. The displaced must deeply appreciate your careful consideration. And me, by proxy as well, as your ardent and industrious facilitator. Go speak with the voice of the displaced. I will meet you there shortly, and finally, we can bring this to a close.
Where do we go now? Another refugee camp? Another colony?
Oh, Administrator Agarwal. Here to finally hash this out, are you? Thought this day would never come.
Yes, well, our esteemed outsider here has agreed to thoroughly appraise our situation, in the hope that we may finally close the book on the exclusion zone once and for all.
They say you asked around. Listen to folks. That's a good start, at least.
Speaking as a representative of the Order, we will abide by the Mediator's decision if you do the same.
Agreed.
Mediator, I leave the fate of the exclusion zone in your capable hands. Speak on, then.
Did he also happen to mention they were needlessly oblique and vague?
But our predictions are given to inform and protect, not to frighten. Forgive me. I do not mean to disrupt.
You mean that missionary type who's always talking at everybody instead of to them?
A bit rude, don't you think? But since this mediation was foretold, I will not dispute your findings.
You actually got the provisioner to give you the time of day. Huh.
Ah, yes. I sometimes forget Provisioner Plotnik is also assigned to minding the displaced's needs. Her role is largely proactive, while mine is reactive.
I'm appreciative of you all getting us food and medicine, but she needs backup.
I suppose I'll take it under advisement.
I'm all ears, Mediator.
I understand you were crucial in securing additional medical personnel for Matriarch's Mercy. Thank you.
Yeah, much appreciated. Way to go above and beyond. Anyhow, what was the good doctor's diagnosis? We have ample room to space people out more, but only if we utilize the exclusion zone.
That is indeed unfortunate, but the dangers predicted for the exclusion zone may outweigh these concerns. Collapsed. But we built Matriarch's Mercy to optimize comfort and safety.
I'm guessing you're saying this wasn't an official structure, more of a hastily assembled, precariously built shanty. People are struggling to make do with what they have. If we had the exclusion zone, this wouldn't be a problem.
I'm aghast these structures weren't built following established Order construction guidelines. But we haven't explored the dispute from every side. Your calculations, nay, your very judgment, could be missing critical data.
I say we get on with it.
I suspect that your sympathies lie with the displaced. Unfortunate if true, but I leave the decision in your capable hands. Well, if this is the fate that was augured, then I will not complain. Though it goes against my very nature. Please, be safe. That's all I ask.
Not to worry, Administrant. The exclusion zone is our problem now. Here. You stay out of trouble. We'll try and do the same.
Where do we go now? Another refugee camp? Another colony?
I predict, with an 8.23 margin of error, that our situation...
I communicated your prediction to Administrant Agarwal. I'm not sure why she's budged on letting the refugees move into the exclusion zone, but I agree. Very worrying indeed. Anything I can do to assist you? Yes, what have you discovered? Oh, you've lessened the load on my mind considerably. And you have the Order's gratitude. Any other updates?
Can't say I'm fond of these lodgings.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
Wish.
See, while lean accommodations do persist, the effort to improve can... Spearheaded by Administrator Agarwal, who can reliably inform his everything well in hand. I humbly return you now to the previously scheduled program.
Your insides are leaking outside, Commander. Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when. The idea is to kill them before you die.
Hello? Someone there? Yes? Did the missive not play, or was it garbled in some way? Are you somehow struggling with coherence? If so, to be clear, Zerania Manufactory 7 presently and for an indeterminate time is in lockdown. That means no external transmissions, no visitors. Wait, you have a writ? From the abbot? Well, we don't have any means of... yes, they said they have a... yes, sir. This is Factor Maytug here. Am I to understand you have orders from the abbot? Quite convenient for you. I have no way of verifying without allowing you entry. Very well. Come inside and we'll see this sorted. Building on the left.
Yes, right over here. You're not getting down below. So, the abbot deigned to send someone whilst we're contending with all manner of emergencies, did he? Interesting timing. May I see it then? The writ? Sometimes I cannot fathom what goes through the abbot's mind, but your papers do seem to be legitimate. I will unlock the elevator so you can speak with Proctor Svoboda below. I'll send word you're en route, but fair warning, I cannot predict what reception you will receive. I expect your behavior will remain impeccable. As soon as I've seen to securing the facility, I'll be along straight away. We have a working hypothesis about who is responsible. Initial evidence looks rather conclusive. And we have managed to corner the apparent perpetrator down below, which would be a good thing if they had not, somehow seized control of the manufactory operations. Our suspect, one Initiate Alva, previously supervised launch controls. Though steadfastly maintaining her innocence, she has also barricaded herself in the operations control room below. A move not likely to allay anyone's suspicions. Both of them? Well, one can hardly argue against thoroughness. I admit I'm to a reasonable degree pleased you are on hand to corroborate current suppositions. May your query yield favorable results.
It evidently originated here. Transport pod full of Zeranium. Blue outpost opportunity to naught but tinges and splendors.
Wait, so has it been classified as an accident? Or an attack?
What I'd like to know is why our illustrious seer provided zero warning beforehand. The Proctor's a low-functioning functionary. I mean, just look at this mess. Explosion.
Well, running a manufactory...
Initiate Alpha, stand down. Relinquish control of this facility immediately.
Oh, my dear Proctor, you can't believe a low-level drudge like me is responsible for any of this.
You'd have us all believe you seized control to demonstrate your innocence. Wait, is this being broadcast?
I have no idea how this audio doodad works. You're the one in charge here, Proctor Svoboda. Are you sure you didn't do something?
I demand your unconditional surrender at...
Hello, Proctor? I'm pushing buttons over here now. Did I disconnect you somehow?
Emergency detoxification initiated. What's her name took over.
Things have been a mite haywire.
Ah, yes, of course. Next on my list of lowest probability events, strangers sent by the abbot, gallivanting about amidst a lockdown. If we'd been able to communicate beyond our walls, might have saved you a trip. As I can successfully report, we have identified the responsible party. Oh, no, I wouldn't frame it quite like that, of course. It's less what happened than who happened. Initiate Alva, that is. A low-level subordinate, assigned here years ago. Her role was to launch transport pods of volatile uranium to collection points in space. Not at the outposts of our rivals. Those poor, short-sighted commercialists. A spy or turncoat, no doubt. A sleeper agent from one of those secret enemy programs you're always hearing about. Within a beat of us hearing of the attack, Alva seized command of the system and locked herself in the control center. She then forcefully repelled several attempts to extricate her. 2 are dead already. Poor Jacobs lost a hand trying to pry free the outer doors. Why, she could destroy this entire place at any moment from in there. I implore you to stop her before she does so. I fear violence may be our only recourse. Whatever for. We've already established her guilt. Failed to see the use, frankly. I suppose some limited nosing about before dispatching her wouldn't hurt. Presuming she doesn't kill us all in the meantime. I'll be in my office. Let me know once she's no longer a problem.
Now, this is important. Would you describe the Varachnid's callisto?
I have nothing to say, unless you want to discuss the inverse
but
of the
none for
Planck
your
function.
problems.
In which case, I'll talk your ear off.
Two exemplars, dead as Pythagoras. I suppose I could spare 0.004% of my daily cycle.
Of course she's hiding something. You think those two exemplars just fell
Factor
wrong?
said head on it.
They're
We
hardly
don't wrap
prone
this
to
up soon.
involuntary self-injury.
We'll have consumer to our brain cases.
Oh, hello. A visitor. Who is it they're sending now? And who are you, dear? You're what? Some maverick for hire? Oh, no, I can see it now. Earth Directorate, yes? Like Commander Zane and that rascal Buddy. And who is that you brought with you? A friend? Another Earth Directorate agent, I see. Seems sad.
Is she talking about me?
Oh my! That Earth Directorate support mech is a design classic. All this for me. Fear I hardly deserve such attention. This entire business is just a terrible misunderstanding. I expect few in the Order know of you, but, well, I've kept to a role here that is purposely not very taxing. Others prefer calculations in their spare time. I have my stories. Between launches, I enjoyed serials, two-bit dreadfuls, periodicals. I adore Zane and Buddy, even if they are considered contraband. And you decidedly share their upright bearing. For the longest time, I didn't realize your organization actually existed. But here you are, well-timed and, no doubt, eager to help. I'll tell you exactly what happened. Our transport pod leveled outpost opportunity. I immediately realized someone must have bypassed my terminal. I initiated a lockdown to block further tampering. Had I not, additional attacks may have continued. Now, despite a long record of dedicated service, who's being blamed for this calamity? Me, somehow. Dear me, I wish I did, but... Actually, there may be a way you could gain answers here. The firing record should contain all relevant details regarding the launch. Why, yes, I could unseal access to the records repository for you, and open the path leading there. I'd be right grateful if you'd have a look. I swear I'm completely innocent of this heinous act they're accusing me of. If you need to hear me say it, surely. I promise not to destroy this facility with all of us in it. Was that reassuring enough? Appreciate your help, dear. Please return when you have found something. May the plan favor us against long odds.
Investigator?
circumstances proceed toward intended results.
Do so appreciate your help, dear.
Always account for standard deviation.
We should keep moving, Commander.
May all your endeavors add to the equation.
Alva's been here for how many years? I never noticed her. Just blended in with the scenery somehow. Glad those not skilled at math can fulfill some other function. I only question them being in roles of...
We're still in lockdown, so I take it you haven't shot the traitor yet. Failed to see the point, but if you must...
May all your theories prove true.
May all your endeavors add to the equation. Always account for standard deviation.
Investigator.
Architect. I hope this does not turn back into an active war. This is the Order's anti-air control center. If you don't have time for business here, kindly keep moving.
May the plan guide you.
May circumstances proceed toward intended results.
You have a very non-scholarly look about you.
May the plan favor us against long odds.
Investigator.
May all your endeavors add to the equation. Always account for standard deviation. May circumstances proceed toward intended results. May circumstances proceed toward intended results. May all your endeavors add to the equation.
May all your theories prove true.
Lovely day for differential geometry.
Friendly outbound, hold fire.
Audio log of Chief Exploitation Behavioralist DeWitt. This is entry number 8 of my scrapper preventative fieldwork. Unfortunately, it seems my heavy metal detritus drops mixed into the adrenochrome cancels the intoxicating effects that the scrappers crave. Their leader was first to the drops-enhanced injections that I conspicuously left for them. He ran through all 24 in barely a minute trying to cure the urge. He seized, turning steely gray, and then succumbed to some sort of severe blood poisoning. Though I'm confident it's completely unrelated to my heavy metal detritus drops. Now the rest are in a frenzy hunting for... Why, hello. I didn't reckon you'd find me way up... Oh, no. No. I had nothing to do with... I said... No, please! Please! Ah!
That's gotta be the end rate range. I'm looking forward to having some words with this Victor. Never let a locked door stop us before. Let's look for another way in. Bet this is the work of those cultists we tangled with outside. But what's the gain from butchering a bunch of scientists?
We can hear those regular little group fingers of yours. Bring them closer so we can chop them off.
You've arrived at a fortuitous moment. I was just about to have a go at this order lackey with my knife to see if I can elicit some answers.
Is this mad woman a compatriot of yours? Please help me. She seems completely fixated on torture for some reason. I've been trying to answer her questions, but she won't listen.
That may very well be true. I must admit I wasn't really paying her much mind. The threat of torture might elicit more truth from her regardless. Plus, it's more fun. And you just can't seem to stay away from me, can you? That's quite all right. It's obvious you don't understand the first thing about adventuring, so I'll join your crew to help you out. No? Then why? You know, I'm starting to think you're following me with ill intent. You cur. I'll send your head back to your handlers to remind them of the price for seeking to undermine the glorious dawn!
Guns, cocked. Nice job, Commander. Seems the power's been rerouted. We should look around.
Engaging.
The enemy light just turned on.
Standing by with light support. This device previously belonged to the cultists. Now it belongs to the Earth Directorate.
Victor, I fully understand the importance of your work. This is exactly why I push you so. Your moral justifications for delaying your delivery are misguided. Dead is dead. What matter is it if their ends come in 1 minute or 3? If you seek to be humane in your duties, fine. So long as I get the explosives in time. But if we fail to act, the order will be lost forever. Collateral damage was always inevitable, Victor. You knew this. And the longer you take in your laboratory, the greater your risk of being caught becomes. If that happens, you know what must be done. But I should remind you that such a failure will result in vastly more suffering for all parties involved. We need those explosives now, Victor. Let's finish this.
enthusiastically.
Hostiles detected ahead. Recommended course of action. Violence.
Engaging hostile life forms. Reached an alarming assault.
Let me know when you need a distraction.
Look at the sad little sprat in his corrugated metal cage.
Ready to take the heat off, Commander. Just stay with.
Please seek treatment for bodily trauma. Seen. Entering a confrontational state. Ready to assist with agent's health needs.
Retreat into a girded position.
Give the order, and I'll take care of him, Commander.
You, friend of friends, are a greater ally than any number of fellow scienticians. Hardly believe my eyes. I didn't think I would be leaving this room with all of my innards within. You were able to arrive here unscathed without our N-ray scanner? Well, it may behoove you to retreat and acquire it if you intend to press on. I wish I'd had one. Damn that Victor and damn his hubris. Fitting that his experiment would cause so much strife, that he would be untouched by the ensuing pandemonium. Pardon my excitement. It's been an eventful day. I don't know the specifics, only that Victor was performing a procedure utilizing processed N-rays. When those cultists flooded the range, they damaged the N-ray canisters. In the ensuing chaos, Victor's experiment was destroyed. I know some cultists were killed, but many more still live, moving unseen through the range. There's no such thing as invisibility. The cultists are out of phase. Also, I strongly recommend against exposing yourself to processed N-rays. Most of the cultists died immediately upon exposure, and according to past experiments, those that haven't are experiencing accelerated organ liquefaction. But if you're not attached to the solid state of your organs, I suppose it might be nice to be less visible for a few hours. Because he refused to follow procedure. He didn't take an assistant or allow anyone to see his data, and now it's all consigned to oblivion. What a waste. Oh, believe me, this is more excitement than I ever wanted. I shall.
Something there on the counter. Looks useful.
Enemies detected.
Ready to take the heat off the commander. Guns cocked and loaded.
Got hostiles to focus.
It offended you?
Let me know.
I cannot believe this. How many times must I say only death lies ahead? Observe. You have been personified. The time for that is over. Please.
Discerned. Assistant.
N-rays discerned. Discerned.
Said the grand plan made her do it, huh? Jeez, kinda preachy. Keep it in the monastery, lady.
N-rays discerned. N-rays
I never wanted this situation to escalate like this. You must understand. But now, all that I wanted is cast to the wind. There is but one option left to me. To save Arcadia, to ensure the future, we must both die. Because the order cannot be hindered by war or by compromise. Any obstacles must be removed, as much as I regret the need to do so. If DeVries does not receive my explosive, she will resort to a violent assault. Many will die, pointlessly, and in agony. I can at least deliver them an instant, painless death. I thought this explosive vest would be an unnecessary precaution. All I can hope is that by blasting us both from the field of play, the Order shall find its way to truth. Want has nothing to do with it. I have very specific instructions on how to proceed in the face of contingencies such as yourself. And you cannot possibly understand whether I am or am not capable of martyrdom. You do not know my depth of character. At the end of all things, my decisions were predestined. I am not at liberty to divulge the reasoning behind my actions. You're not with the Order. You cannot understand why this would be. Could I explain, the words would be lost on you. Your verbiage does not conceal the gaps in your knowledge. But the presiding bishop has taught us that ignorance is not a punishable sin. If the Order is not prevented from reaching its true potential and solves the universal equation, all scientific uncertainty and any associated suffering will end. Enough! You're clearly trying to deceive me, but I shall delay my action no further! Ready to wait! On your command!
You're now entering an active combat. Take all necessary precautions. Attention, freelancer, you are currently heading into no man's land. We strongly recommend you return.
May all your theories prove true.
These circumstances proceed toward intended results. Patrol's back, I hear. Don't see Auntie's being too discreet.
Our Earth Directorate friend. Hello. I've been conversing with Factor Matadier here while you were away. Understand you've met?
Yes, they witnessed me rather discomposed, I fear. Visions of Auntie's choice reprisal clouded my thoughts at the time. Troops now guard the entrance above. Our safety addressed, I have turned my attention to the cause of our situation here, and I have deemed it wise to investigate further. Do not let my position fool you. All within the Order are scienticians, and hence we seek the truth of any hypothesis based on evidence. The Proctor's accusation is no different. A recent security audit brought up several curious messages meant for an unknown party, sent from a terminal somewhere on the premises. We were unable to track down the whereabouts of this mystery terminal, but one message contained certain oblique references to placing blame. Nothing conclusive, yet enough to give me pause.
You examined the launch records, yes? Did you find anything, dear? I suppose the data wipe was meant to cover their trail. The physical records would have been altered, dear, presumably by some difficult-to-discern chemical means. But listen to me. What do I know about this sort of thing? I know I've watched too many Aetherwave serials. Suppose they fuel my fervent imagination. But still, even the most junior scientician knows the best explanation is one requiring the fewest assumptions. Ergo, I set the correct coordinates. Someone overrode them. There should be ample time for regret later, dear. For now, I'll admit the armchair investigator in me wonders about Proctor Svoboda. Someone may be pulling her strings, perhaps. That's what investigators like you say, isn't it? Now, what you uncovered appears to imply two further avenues of inquiry. A Zeranium leak occurred moments after the launch. I imagine it may have been used as a diversion, allowing the culprit time to falsify the record. The overriding of the coordinates also deserves a look. Don't you think? I expect the Zeranium leak stemmed from alterations to the control boards and refinement logistics. I'd look for any signs of tampering that may point to the culprit.
I can speak to the coordinate override, I believe. All commands are routed through the hub in central processing. If one meant to accomplish what you're suggesting, they would likely look to do it there.
All right. There. I've unsealed both areas. With hope, what you discover will help us determine the responsible party.
I'll stay here and play for more time. If the Proctor sends anyone, I'll say I'm close to convincing you to surrender.
Investigator.
May all your endeavors add to the equation.
Proctor Svoboda seeks retribution. This unit is capable of complying.
Always account for standard deviation.
May the plan guide you.
May all your endeavors add to the equation.
Something about that Alva doesn't square. And she called me sad. I'm not sad. just for the record.
Respecting one's elders is considered good manners in most colonies. Exceptions may be made for violent offenders.
Guns cocked and loaded. Just get the signal.
Thank you kindly. I am decidedly in your debt. Anything you need? Anything I, a lowly archivist, can provide you, a heroic individual who is handy with doors? Well, again, I deeply appreciate your skillful aid. Careful on your way out. Try not to be liquefied and subsequently devoured.
Engaging combat protocols.
Tractor's been in there a while.
May the plan guide you. investigator.
Always account for standard deviation.
Yes, suppose you'll do. I'd been hoping an empiricist or assessor would amble by, but you appear reasonably apt. The Zeranium overflow venting has gone completely haywire. Oh, what else will this higgledy-piggledy nightmare of a day bring? I was ordered to keep watch until a specialist arrives. Might I entreat you to act in such a capacity? The control board to divert the flow of Zeranium is up yonder in refinery logistics. If so, I have something for your time and effort. Well, as a fellow student of science, you'll be especially interested in what I have to offer. We developed a pharmaceutical primer that, technically it poisons you a little, but also heals you quite effectively. Shut off the gas, it's yours. Tremendous. Why, this day may average toward the positive yet. May deliberate endeavors beget expected results. I see my choice in you was well-founded. Uranium overflow venting has returned to a non-haywire state, and my internal levels of disquietude have lessened along with it. This is anecdotal feedback at best, but I find sometimes a gift helps. Something that makes one feel deserving. And by assisting me, you have proven this. This card will allow you into our humble little research lab. It's right past operations, can't miss it, unless you do. The pharmaceutical primer I mentioned is inside on display. I am greatly grateful you were helpful and effective. Farewell.
These circumstances proceed toward intended results.
Oh, hello, dear. Why, we were just talking about you.
Or specifically, potential implications for a multitude of troubling scenarios, based on probable results of your investigation, downstream outcomes, and such and the like.
You know how the Order is, always calculating something. But please, tell us what you discovered.
That you found evidence that the coordinates were rerouted is definitely something. Would be an odd step for Alva here to take, except perhaps to throw blame elsewhere.
I admit I had the knowledge to cause the leak, but not the authorization. And yes, why would I reroute coordinate commands away from here? I wholeheartedly agree, but her incompetence hardly absolves her. I'm sufficiently certain our proctor is conspiring with an outside party, so I'm coming out now. She's going to tell me who she's working with. Then I'm going to kill her.
Wait a minute. You're going to what? Our investigation, it's unfinished. And you're an initiate. What are you talking about?
Oh, I see you two thought you were proving my innocence. No, you were helping identify my target. I'd advise you dears to help or stay out of my way. Proctor Svoboda needs to pay for her actions.
Yes, I concur. That may be the only part of this that seems certain. You are far more capable than some back manufactory button pusher. Who are you, really?
I am a dedicated agent of the Order, but no, dear. My name is not Miriam Alva. I am Marisol Delgado, formerly of the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection.
That group was just a story to scare novice scienticians. Next, you're going to be telling me you're... Wait, It is you, isn't it? The one they called the Endpoint.
I arrived decades ago to lie low after a difficult assignment. More than that, I have nothing to speak on at present.
The rumors about your department. They said anyone who might delay the equation being solved disappeared. If there are any hints of truth to that, I find it severely at odds with Order tenets for balancing efficiency with humanity.
This is hardly the time for a history lesson or debate, I'm afraid. Perhaps you shouldn't. My earlier endeavors were often disconcerting. But the truth remains. Whatever is happening here, I'm not involved.
That you are who you are, and are standing right, and have been here for years. It's all much to digest. I suspect your methods are not my own, nor the Order's, as I know it. And I fear your intentions for Proctor Svoboda. I cannot be party to this, but neither shall I stand in your way.
A wise calculation, my friend. Good thing you showed up when you did. You saved me from having to kill everyone here. Svoboda has much to answer for. Let's go see that she does.
What's this? What are you doing here? Come to surrender, I take it?
After decades keeping this identity, your inexpert blundering has rendered it obsolete. I am Marisol Delgado, former head intercessor of the Order. This would be an ideal time to confess everything. Before you die.
You can't possibly be party to all this. Not with her vast misdeeds so readily apparent.
Our investigator has definitively determined my innocence following a thorough investigation.
Wait, you can't possibly believe this balderdash. This is all nothing more than a flagrant example of artifice and bunco. An elaborate song and dance from an admitted imposter.
Enough, traitor. You made your play. You lost. No more deception. No more lies. Time to pay what is due.
No, wait,
Thus concludes a thoroughly distasteful business. Best search her office. Someone clearly was pulling her strings.
Would have been nice to perform that search before there was a corpse in the room, but beggars and choosers.
Unsealed the effluvium repository. That's traditionally off limits. Ideal spot to hide something. We should take a look. This space used to be brimming with runoff chemical sludge. It's been renovated, I see. Another terminal. Go ahead. You should have the honors. The Proctor's efforts appear part of a larger scheme. Ah, of course. I should have assumed you had a greater purpose here. I have some unfinished business I need to get back to. I could use help from an operator like you. Believe my specific skills could benefit your efforts as well. I'd propose a strategic partnership. You help me, I help you. What do you say? Good, good. It's a little crowded here, though, isn't it?
Affirmative. Engaging standby protocols.
Excellent. Well then, I am quite ready to leave this place.
My fellow Loyalists, it is time. Due to the Earth Directorate operatives' continued meddling, we must increment our timetable by a factor of hours, not days. Accordingly, our forces have taken over the monastery. Those I predetermined to be resilient to reason have been executed. The rest should not cause us trouble. I have locked the lift to prevent the agent from reaching the monastery, but the following code will grant you access. 34145. I will continue my work from here, supplying Augustine with everything she needs for our plan to succeed, and delaying the agent as I'm able to. May the results of our actions today secure a more prosperous tomorrow for our sacred order.
That snake. You think the Abbot's involved too? If he ain't, he's in for a rude awakening. We should get ourselves back to the monastery.
I realize you didn't receive the most welcome of receptions here. I recognize you've done right by us here today, and I appreciate your efforts.
May all your theories prove true.
May all our efforts add to the equation.
So many dead. Places falling apart. One never relishes saying we did predict a catastrophe.
Grand Architect! Agent, oh, thank good odds and high probabilities you're back. There's been an incident. A rogue faction has taken over the monastery. My seer, Seer Wiley, is trapped up there with other hostages of the Order. To make matters worse, my access code's not working. Without it, I've no way of calling the lift. No, I've known Landon for years. You must be mistaken. If what you say is true, that is damning evidence indeed. But why would he do it? Align himself against the Order? Against a friend? That's a serious accusation. Why would I do such a thing? You seem to be under the mistaken assumption that the Earth Directorate has any true authority here. I'm sorry, but we really haven't the time to litigate this issue further. In case I didn't make it clear before, the monastery is currently in jeopardy. Peace talks? Yes, Ruth informed me, but how did you learn of them? No one outside a select circle are supposed to be aware they're happening. Representatives of Auntie's Choice in the Order are meeting to discuss an armistice and possible collaboration. It's an unprecedented opportunity to shorten this war. I know I mentioned it before, but compartmentalization is crucial to the success of most of the Order's operations. I wish I could offer more details than that. But I'm afraid I won't be accompanying you. I can't be sure my presence wouldn't alter the outcome of your efforts in prodigious and unforeseen ways. Once you reach the monastery, make your way to the observatory. If the conspirators are seeking the coordinates of the talks, no doubt their efforts will be concentrated there. Go forth as was determined, and may the plan guide you.
If it's this bad down here, can't imagine what the situation's like upstairs.
I am 100% certain that its tensile strength is marginally greater than our combined weight. Probably.
Wait! Look! Someone just came up via the lift! It must be unlocked!
And some simpletons within it claim that all things happen for a reason. But the wise among us know that nothing
That's all bluster. We're an unpredicted variable in his equations, and he knows it.
Setting into motion the future most with the plan. Hold that belief in your minds. Let it strengthen your resolve, and do not hesitate. The time for ideation is concluded. Now is the time for execution. Those outside the Order, and some simpletons within it, claim that all things happen for a reason. But the wise among us know that nothing occurs without a catalyst. Today, we are that catalyst.
Inexplicably.
Give the order and I'll take care of him, Commander.
Standing by to simplify. Vital's critical. Don't become a statistic, Commander. Get it while it's energized. You've suffered extensive damage, Commander. Go for torpification.
Replenishing mechanism. Taking shelter.
Over in the red, Commander. Those junction boxes look familiar. The N-ray scanner should show how they're wired. I'll handle this. Combat probable. Capacitor deployed. Free energy if you can reach it.
Information got.
Ford. I'd have expected better cable management from the Order.
Architect's perspiring brow, if you try to cite the fourth pillar to me one more time, son. Armed conflicts are not the inevitability you are making them out to be, Anya, but rather the result of a populace failing to adhere to scientism's stoic imperative.
Oh, and I suppose we're going to pretend the second pillar doesn't exist? I must have just imagined reading Alfred Long's 75 thesis on determinism then.
Anchorites. Be warned, any conversation with these two may prove pedantic.
You're in luck. I just finished my third reread of it. Chapter 47 is a real treat. When we're finished speaking, I'll put it in the collection drawer, but do take care with it, especially around the bath. We lose more good books that way.
Our lives are predestined, ipso facto. If there is conflict, then it was inevitable.
Actually, an outside opinion might be useful at this juncture. Our current topic is whether war is ever justified. For the sake of time, please keep your answer brief.
But what if widespread suffering is already taking place?
Then its causes should be observed, quantified, and a non-violent solution found. You do not extinguish a fire with more flame.
Tell that to the Protectorate.
We're going in circles again. If only we had access to the materials we requested, perhaps we could settle this debate. The search for answers to life's important questions often yields powerful rewards. Who knows? Something learned here may later prove the difference between life and death.
And if that's not enough, we still have some Order arms and armaments from a recent demonstration we gave. You'd be welcome to one or the other. I need the book Only Real Numbers, The Casualties of Appeasement by Exemplar Kwong. Second edition, not the first. That's important.
And I require Archivist Mahler's dissertation on de-escalation theory. You should be able to locate both pieces of scholarship in the scriptorium. I'd also caution against borrowing additional titles. The scribes are absolute fusspots when their work goes missing. Much appreciated. We'll present our final arguments once you've returned with the research.
Mobilizing. Follow the crowd will be terminated.
Discharged.
Lab recording in our archive, which we acquired from
investigating hostile intentions.
I know this ain't gonna get to the abbot, but I have complaints that need registering anyhow. This monastery's too big for the staff we've got, and it sure seems like the scienticians and theorists here ain't fixated on keeping neat. I might just be a novice, but at 73 years of age, I've enough self-respect that I shouldn't be picking up another body's lavation towels. Still, ain't as bad as it was in Auntie's choice.
Hostilities are afoot. Eliminate the target.
Just ask you folks to remember that there's more of these things out there than just your numbers.
Save that for the wrongdoers.
Well, this is quite modest. Very simple and austere. Can hardly guess who lives here. Did the abbot take a vow of resplendency?
And whom do we blame when a student fails? Why, their instructor, of course. Bishop Basar has failed this order as its preeminent luminary. And without our intervention, she would make peace with the primitive minds of Auntie's choice. It must be prevented. Whatever also, humanity's ascendancy was sought by centuries. The stalwart agent arrives. I need more time to finish my work, so I've prepared a choice for you. The hostages in the card press before you will die unless you intervene. If you go through the door on the right, you'll find the means to save them by solving a simple puzzle. Leave through the other door, however, and they will die, screaming in abject terror. But how could you call yourself an Earth Directorate agent if you allowed that to transpire?
I know a stall tactic when I see one. Calls on you, though, dear.
Seer was right about one thing. We wouldn't be very good Earth Directorate agents if we just left them to die.
Like the cut of your jib. Hard way it is, then.
Raise high probability. Wiley trapped us here. He let some other